Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hey everybody, The Scope is back with episode 198. Wow, there we go. It's the holidays, mother effers. It's the holidays.
Where's my jingle bells?
Get some jingle bells. Yeah, I know you have jingle bells.
I had them at some point.
We'll sort of riff and chat while you find those, because those will be a key component of this episode.
How many days are you taking off this week? This week of the 21st of December.
I think I'm taking Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then the day after. So I think 3 days I'm off this week. What about you?
We only get half day on Christmas Eve.
We don't even get that. We have a full day.
Oh,
I
really?
have to take it off fully.
Did that change after I left? I remember when I was there, like all the bank holidays and all the stock market holidays. Is
I
what we
think
followed.
that it was always a full day, but they would let people go home early.
Gotcha.
But it still was a full
I
day.
think I'm going to take.
There we go.
I think I'm going to do the same thing you are.
Yeah.
It seems silly to take too much vacation because like no one's really doing work anyway.
No.
So it's like you're just missing hanging out with people.
I'm just telling you though that it's amazing. This is what happens in my work. All these people, Jared, they take vacation, but they like to front load all their work. So they'll give you a bunch of work to do and then they'll leave. So then you got to do work.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. It's tricky, Jared. What
It
about
is.
you?
It's tricky to rock a rhyme.
Yeah.
To rock a rhyme that's right on time.
It's tricky.
I just have Christmas Day and the day after, the Thursday, Friday off. But traditionally, our Christmas Eves, they often kick us out early. So
Get out of here,
we'll
they
see.
say.
2, 3 o'clock, we'll see. It'll be a shorter day, probably.
Well, Santa Claus usually comes to our house on Christmas Eve morning. So
Does Santa Claus still exist?
Yes.
In the mind of your.
It's driving me crazy.
How much longer? How much longer do you give it?
It should have stopped about a year and a half ago.
Oh, right. You had a story about like
Yeah.
a neighbor told her.
She still convinces. Okay, so there's a new twist.
It's our holiday show. We'll allow it.
So she, my daughter,
Hanukkah Harry is his helper. Yeah, it's fine.
my daughter says, and she was having a conversation with a friend, and then she also had the same conversation with Grandma and Grandpa last night. She says, you know that Santa Claus doesn't make all of the stuff that he gives out on Christmas. Grandma's like, oh, really? It's like, yeah, on one of the DVDs that I got last year, there was a Best Buy receipt.
Yeah.
So now she's convinced that Santa maybe has liaisons that go to Best Buy. So she's got herself convinced.
Can you have to ask her to write this down, right?
Yeah.
To the explanation to show it to her in 10 years.
There we go. Yeah, the other thing that I'm totally distracted.
I'm just
by
trying
the
to set the scene. Go
I
ahead.
love it. I'm just totally forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, my daughter does such a good job of convincing herself. Like she must have this very intricate mythology about Santa Claus, and she was sitting down with Carrie and me at dinner earlier in the week, and she asked me the question. You know, like she was being sly about maybe trying to find out if Santa Claus exists or not, and so she looks at me and she goes, Do you buy all the presents that are under the tree? That's what she asked me.
Wow, just very blunt.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Okay, do you guys?
I'm like, no, I don't buy all the presents. She's like, okay.
Well, yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah, I'm not lying. And then I'm looking at Carrie like, what do I say, you know? And so I think what Audrey believes is that I don't believe in Santa Claus, but she, along with her mother, still believes in Santa Claus.
What's the exit strategy?
I don't, because a lot of her friends don't believe in Santa
It's
Claus.
like
but
sex ed.
She's not buying into it.
It's like sex ed. You're going to let her figure it out in school.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about
Exactly.
I don't remember how I found out Santa didn't. Maybe it was because we stopped celebrating Christmas, and that's when the myth was crushed forever in my life, and why I'm a Grinch today.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you found out as a youngster?
I do remember, and I've told this story on the show.
It's been a long time.
It probably was 1979. I think that's the year that the Star Wars Millennium Falcon came out.
it. Okay.
The Kenner toy.
79. So you were only 5.
I was young, and there was a Target price tag on it. And I said to
Back
my
when
mom,
they still price tagged
Yep.
things.
and I said to my mom, it was a white price tag, and the Target price tag had a little light lime green
Mhm.
corner, and then the Target, and then some whatever. I remember it very clearly, and I said to my mom, if this is from Santa Claus, why is there a Target sticker price tag on this Millennium Falcon?
She said, "Shut up, you little
And
shit."
she said, oh, well, sometimes Santa Claus goes to stores to buy things. And then Shane, Mr. Smarty Pants, well, how does he pay for it? My mom looks back and forth and says,
Revolving credit, son. One day you'll know all about
he
it.
uses gold pieces, is what she said. That was her answer.
We were already off the gold standard. You obviously knew that.
I didn't believe it, and from that point on, I pretty much knew that there wasn't a Santa Claus. But I was
Was there ever an official confirmation, or was it just like,
Yeah.
I don't believe in
Yeah,
this
I
anymore?
think I
And
pro-
your
I-
parents were like, woo.
I think I probably said, is there really a Santa Claus? And then she's like, no. But the fun part was my mom still would wrap presents, and some presents would still be from Santa Claus and some would still be from her. It was just sort of a fun thing we did.
Sure. I think a lot of families
So
do
I
that.
was young. I was probably five
Andy's
or six.
family still does that to her, to
Really?
us, to all of us.
Oh.
Some gifts are from Santa.
Sure.
And you say, I don't believe in that fat, white bearded bastard, and you smash him.
He would have died. He would have died of diabetes a long time ago.
Of course. And by the way, one of the gifts they're giving you is a Grand Theft Auto 5, the redo. So suck it.
So there's no exit strategy. You want it to be done. Carrie obviously wants it to live
Well,
forever.
I mean, I think she's getting to the point where she's probably too old. And
Yeah.
I don't, and Carrie wants her to know too, but it's
you still want
like,
you want
how
it to
do you-
happen naturally.
Yeah, how
you
do
want
you-
her to put on her crime solving hat and to put the clues together and
I want-
realize,
yeah, I
come
want
to
her-
a conclusion that this isn't real.
There's so many clues. Santa, he only uses one kind of wrapping paper. The writing on the wrapping paper is Carrie's handwriting. I mean, it's not like we try to have a whole different typographic sneakery.
Has she ever come out and like asked point blank the question, is Santa real? And either of you have denied
I don't
it?
think that she has
Okay.
said it yet. Not that point blank, but it's been close.
Okay.
My
So
guess-
maybe this is the year.
I think by this time next year, because we'll still be doing the scope forever. Well, I'll have a different story. I'll have a different story to tell.
All right. We'll look forward to the update.
This is what custhelp.com suggests.
Okay, here we
Tell
go.
them, quote, when you were little, you liked to play make-believe. I remember when you pretended to be a princess for months after watching Cinderella on video.
That
you
never
can,
happened.
You can obviously replace in your
Yeah.
own anecdotes.
You used to be Jar Jar Binks.
In the same way, it was fun for you to believe that Santa Claus is a real person when you were younger. But now you're growing up and your understanding of the world is changing.
Yeah.
And then you explain the other Santa Claus.
Welcome to cancer and AIDS.
Why not just a dose of hard reality and say, sorry, not real?
That's why you don't have children.
I guess. Do you have to let them down easy? I mean,
Gotta
sure, they're
let
going to cry a little bit.
They're going to
But
cry
they'll
about
get
a lot
over
of
it.
stuff.
I
yeah.
have plenty of opportunities to make her cry. I don't know if Santa Claus is what I want it to be, because that's a joyous time. Christmas is a joyous time for us.
I think if you couch it in the idea that the present flow isn't going to stop, you're still going to get presents. They're just not from Santa because
No,
he's
the
not
present
real.
flow is going to stop too. That's our
Oh.
excuse to stop spending money.
It's perfect.
Goes more
Get a
into
job.
my bank account. Get a job, yeah.
Do you-
It's time for you to start
are,
wrapping
so
up
you're,
presents.
are you saying that once the myth of Santa is
no,
busted for good,
I'm not saying it's.
you're going to stop presents altogether, or will there be fewer?
Nah, it'll be what it is.
See, yeah.
It'll be what it is.
Given who you're married to, I think that the presents
Wow,
there's
that's a
always going to be
slam
a
on my wife.
mountain of presents.
Audrey's doesn't really have a mountain
It's
of
not a
presents.
slam.
That's the
I'm just
thing.
saying, is your wife loves Christmas.
She does love Christmas.
Full eyes, clear hearts, can't give up on Christmas.
Full stockings. Candy canes can't lose. Adam, you never believed in Santa Claus.
I
Ever.
never believed
Never
in
bought
Santa
into
Claus.
Never
Yeah,
bought
for
into
some reason.
All right. So, as you can tell, everybody.
What about Hanukkah Harry?
Hanukkah Harry, I still believe in to this day.
He's
Seems
true.
fine.
He's absolutely true.
He was on Saturday Night Live one time.
Yes, he was.
John Lovitz was playing him, but the
Hanukkah Harry.
the character or the being, the spirit possessed him during
Yes.
that. It's the only way I could have made any sense.
Of course. Well, as you guys can tell, we are talking all about the holidays, and we've got an interesting segment coming up, which I don't know if Adam and Jared are very excited about, but I don't really care.
I feel like this is a
Shane made us
segment
do
that was
homework.
born of, hey, I've got an idea and I've already got my work done. Let's make everyone else do it too.
that's absolutely not true.
Okay.
That's not true. I just wanted to do a holiday theme show
'Kay.
that wasn't a rehash of stuff that we've done before.
Hey, you're oppressing me by saying holiday instead of the actual name of it.
What is it? Gift giving guide? Holiday gift giving guide?
No, you're saying holiday. I'm saying you say Christmas / Hanukkah.
Christmas / Hanukkah.
/ Kwanzaa.
Whatever.
/
So we're going to do
Boxing Day.
a holiday / Christmas / whatever gift giving guide. I don't really know what Jared and Adam have planned, but I have some things that might be of interest to you, but they're of interest to me, and one is directly related to Jared, whether he knows it or not.
You can't give the gift of Dice with Friends tokens.
Jared gives the gift of herpes. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
What?
I don't know.
It's aggressive.
It's very aggressive.
That's my nickname for chocolate chip cookies.
Herpes?
Yeah. Is that weird?
It's slightly weird.
Oh.
Can I have some herpes with after dinner tonight?
Yes,
Choco-
they're triple chocolate.
Choco chip cookies. All right, guys. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back with the Scopes Holiday Gift Giving Guide right after this.
What's Luke plugging now?
It's the Great Luke Ski's going out of print sale. Yes, Luke Ski has way too many CD titles, and he needs to clear them out to make way for the new 2-CD set, Greatest Hits Volume 2, coming in 2015. So he's dropping the prices on 8 of his CDs so he can intentionally put them out of print forever. And when you order these CDs on Bandcamp, you get the album download right away, so you can get these albums for half the price of the download or less. There's his 3 What a Rip-Off B-side compilations, each only $4. Bad Report Best of 2012 podcast CD, only $4. Too Much Stuff, only $4. Target Audience, only $4. Big Conspiracy, only $4. Unconventional, featuring such hits as Vita Boy, A Man Named Jane, and Grease Wars, only $1. Say it with me, folks.
I'd buy that for $1.
These prices are so low, you'll think he's gone more insane than the amount of insane he usually is. And don't forget his new album, 4th Grade Talent Show, featuring the Logan Award-winning When You Wish Upon a Death Star, as well as Fake Adult, Scoob, Orko, Slimer, Wicket and Snarf, Neurotica, and many more for just $10. So take advantage of these deals while supplies last at Luke Ski's going out of print sale. Get them all now at lukeski.bandcamp.com. That's lukeski.bandcamp.com. One more time, lukeski.bandcamp.com.
Lukeski.bandcamp.com is located on the internet just at the end of your fingertips and on your computer screen right between that anime porn you like and that other anime porn you like.
Hey, everybody. We're back. It's a Scope, episode 198, Holiday Edition. I like this, Jared. It's nice and mellow.
That's the Nick Adams Christmas album, available at thenickadams.com.
Sell it, baby.
It's free.
Oh,
There's no selling. Just download it. Those are my old bands.
I like it. Let's just sit and take it in for a second.
I think this one's in public domain, I hope. I guess we'll find out.
Yes, we will find out. Guess what?
Huh.
It sounds a bit like a Christmas carol you might hear in the world of Twin Peaks. And that's a good thing.
Okay.
That's a good thing. So today we're going to do our holiday gift giving guide. I don't really know what that means other than we're going to talk about cool stuff that interests us.
I like cool stuff.
And I'm going to start it off. How about
Of
that,
course.
Jared?
Go for it.
Just because I'm going to set
You can set the tone,
I'm
and
gonna
then we
set
can
the
all
tone.
decide if we've met the requirements of the assignment.
So the one gift that I think that a lot of our listeners could give themselves, or you could give to somebody else, is the gift of security.
Okay.
Because it's important. And this is from Jared. For years, Jared's been bothering me. Do you have things backed up? Do you have password protection on?
Are you
And
wearing a condom?
Are you wearing a condom? And the
But
answer is
I'm very, yes.
answer's always no.
What?
But now it's different. I am. And so
You are wearing a condom now?
yes.
Okay.
So after I was robbed a few years back, I did.
Here we go.
I know. Here we go. I did start backing up. I did start backing up.
I've never felt safe in my home ever
I
since.
know. It's crazy. I started backing up all my files because my computer was stolen, and then I kept them on site, hidden in the house somewhere. But it was stupid. But as the world of the cloud,
You're right. Backing up is stupid. Next.
No, it was good, but it was only one part of the problem, Jared. But what
This is a big setup.
It wouldn't. Solve your house being burned down.
It wouldn't.
For instance.
Exactly. There are other, or if someone broke into my house, happened to steal that drive if they went through everything
What
to
a bunch
find
of
it.
jerks.
I know. What a bunch of jerks indeed. So I've decided after a little pushing and prodding from Jared to investigate online backup services. And for the past 8 months or so, I've been using CrashPlan.
That's how long it took to back up all your stuff.
It took forever too. But CrashPlan,
that initial backup takes a while, but yeah.
CrashPlan is great. They are a local company here
Code
in Minnesota,
42?
Code 42.
Are they're based here?
They're based
I
here,
didn't know
right, very near my office. And they have deals all the time, especially right around the holidays. Which
now?
you're probably, I'm not sure if you're going to get any now, but
No, they had some around Thanksgiving.
But I got a deal where I got like 20% off for 3 or 4 years of backup services. And now, if something ever happens to my computer, if it's stolen, if it breaks down, if the hard drive is gone, it's there. It's backed up. And I've actually had a use for it right away.
Yep.
Where I overwrote a file.
Yep.
And went back in and picked it up and grabbed it. It was great.
I was going to say, make sure you periodically go and try to restore stuff just to make sure that it's working. It does kind of work. Yeah, it's not just backup in case of tragic failure. It's backup in case you accidentally delete that file that you didn't want to.
You make a mistake. And it's there, and it takes seconds to get it. Now, it takes a while.
And it's also functions a little bit in that respect like a cloud service, because you could restore a file on another computer from your cloud backup.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And it's going to cost you $60 a month or $60 a year.
A month?
$60
What?
a year.
Madness.
But is that not worth that sort of security, especially if you keep a lot of important things and memories on a computer? And then you couple that with a password protection program, which I'm using 1Password, which it's free on iOS. You have to pay for it for your desktop version. It takes a long time.
That's the flip side of what I use, which is LastPass.
And Jared uses LastPass, which is...
It's free on desktop, but you pay for the mobile.
Yep.
And it's not a flat fee. It's an annual fee of $12.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So it's $1 a month.
$1 a month.
And it's going to take you a little while to set up all your unique passwords, and you have to go through a bit of a process. But once you integrate that into your life, into your lifestyle, it is great. And you can instantly change passwords. You can have all that stuff set up and saved. I think it is a great thing. It's brought me security. I feel like for the most part, I'm safe and secure as much as you can be. But compared to having, nowadays you have a million different logins for a million different places, and try to remember all that stuff is impossible.
It's madness. And you should not be using the same password across sites.
Yeah, you just don't want to do that. So this is a great way of taking care of that.
We've had enough data breaches in the news that people should be smarter now. I mean, we've Target, Home Depot, any number of places.
Joanne Fabrics.
Yes, terrible.
Sony.
Look at his smirk.
A common thing that people maybe don't understand is that they get account login information sometimes, and they will try that at other sites because they know that people use the same username and password.
Yep. Or they'll wait and do it later. So
Yes.
maybe nothing happens on yours, but somewhere down the line it does. These guys are sneaky. They're smarter than you.
What about two-factor? You turning on two-factor on all the sites you can?
I use two-factor,
I have two-factor
on many sites.
on my Dropbox, on my Google accounts, on anything that's super important.
iTunes.
Actually, you know what? I have anywhere I can turn it on. I have it turned on.
Yep.
Facebook, I have it turned on.
So it's an important thing, and it's a good holiday gift to give to someone. It's good to give to yourself, the gift of security, the gift of knowing that you're doing whatever you can to make sure you don't get screwed over sometime in the future.
Here's what I'll say.
And it's not that expensive.
Here's what I'll say about 1Password. It makes me want to get an iPad Air 2 just so I can have
the Touch ID
I
integration.
use it on my phone.
Yeah, because on my phone it's
Yep.
perfect, but then on my iPad I have to open the app,
Yep, type in.
copy, and
Yeah.
I think
Or
it's
not, yeah.
it's
that's
not perfect.
it's
because
not now. So a lot of I think 1Password and LastPass I believe are both integrated into the whatever the feature is in iOS 8 that allows you to auto populate passwords and stuff like that through the browser. Right?
Yeah.
You can't. There's still
It's an internal browser on 1Pass.
No, you
Oh,
can use Safari.
You can use Safari.
and I can show
You
you
have to show me how to do that because I don't know how to do that.
There is a breakdown in like when you're using the apps like Facebook apps. It doesn't
integrate.
work. Wait, and so you're stuck doing the copy password.
Yep.
From it's not that big of a
Same
deal.
thing
'Cause
with
how
Chrome and
often
stuff.
how often do you have to re-authenticate in those apps
Yeah.
anyway? So it's a minor inconvenience when it happens, but
I love it.
it's I'll never go back to not having one,
Yeah.
obviously, because it'd be too painful to not to do it at this point. It is a bit of a hump to get over.
Yeah, you have to
You have to consciously make a choice, and every time. And I didn't like when I first switched over to LastPass a couple years back. I didn't go to every site necessarily and change everything in like a couple days. I just did it as it came up. It's like going to my bank. Okay, change my password. Log it in there, and good to go.
I did it. I sat down and did it in one giant chunk, and then if there were things that I forgot about, I went.
Yeah,
I
did important stuff like Facebook, Twitter, the stuff I use all the time. I did right away, but the other stuff is like just as I get to it, I'm gonna change it.
Yes,
and you just the feeling of security you have is so much greater. I mean, I still don't have the illusion that I'm completely locked down. It can never be cracked. I mean, that's foolhardy. Those aren't even words.
Yeah.
Foolish. But it's foolish to think like that. But
Right.
Occasionally you get an email from some website or something that you have an account at, and it says, oh, hey, somebody tried to change your password. And you're like, oh, I didn't initiate that. Somebody else is trying to do that. Okay, I'll just go change it to something else. And I have no worries about
some weird random string that you don't ever have to remember.
It
just generates it for you.
Yep.
Away you go.
I mean, you have to remember your master password, but that's it.
That's it.
Never get a TBI so that you don't forget your master password.
My master password is 1234. By the way,
that's about the secure as you can get.
I know.
Yeah.
It's easy.
I would also endorse CrashPlan. When I was looking for cloud backup services, you basically have CrashPlan and you have what's the other one? Carbonite. Is the other big service. To me, the differentiation was Carbonite let you back up one hard drive for their kind of nominal fee or single user license.
Yep.
CrashPlan let you back up as many hard drives as you wanted, unlimited data from your computer.
Yes.
So that was, as a person who has multiple hard drives to deal with, that was a deciding factor for me. So I was a little disappointed that they didn't really have any deals on single user plans this year.
No.
They had family
plan,
plans, which I kind of looked at the pros and cons. For me, a family plan wasn't worth it.
Me either.
Even converting to, well, for you really only have one computer you're doing it. I have Angela and I both have CrashPlan, and it would have been a slightly increase in price. I mean, we'd have had the deal for the first year or two, but then it would have been an increase in price for the family to back up 2 computers, and I just didn't think it was worth it.
They assume it's based on like 5 computers.
Yeah, it's like 10. I think you can do up to 10 on the family plan, which would have been great if I had kids with computers. I mean, I would have jumped in a heartbeat, but then I'm locked into the family plan, and I didn't want to do that. So
So there we go. Safety, protection, backup. Make that a holiday gift you can give to yourself.
I don't know how you wrap that up and put it under the tree, but
you print it out. You print out all your passwords.
Yeah, and put it right
say,
out
here
there.
you go, self.
Put these into 1Password LastPass thingy.
Let's go over to the Jew of the group.
All right.
And let's see what he's got for his holiday gift-giving time.
Sure. I just have one thing.
Okay.
I actually just received it.
Okay.
A few.
So you can verify that it's a great gift.
I can. About a year ago, I started getting into the idea of sous vide cooking.
Okay.
What's sous vide cooking?
Sous vide is where you take typically meat, but you can cook other things, and you cook it in a vacuum sealed bag
at low temperatures,
in
right?
in a water bath that is the temperature that the in this case meat should be at. So a medium rare steak you cook in 131 degrees in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And you do it for
8 hours.
Well, it depends. For a normal size steak, half hour, 45 minutes. Over Christmas, I'm going to do a prime rib. The ribs themselves are 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then
it kind of keeps for a while. I mean, you can put it in there for a couple hours early, and it just you don't have to worry about it spoiling. It just stays at that temperature. And
it'll never overcook. With fat, it might break down more than you want to.
Sure.
That's the thing. The ribs themselves will be 3 days, then the roast is 8 to 10 hours.
Wow.
Are
you doing this in state, or are you going out of state to do this?
We're hosting.
Okay, we'll be there. I want to try this. I've never had anything like this. It sounds delightful.
Now, do you when you do a steak, do you take it out into a sear afterwards?
Yes.
To finish
you've got to give it a sear.
Yes. Otherwise, it's just gray. And I'm colorblind, but I can see that it's wrong.
Well, and
so
gray is great.
You want the flavors of a sear, at least get the caramelization, the
Maillard effect. Yes.
Oh my God, Julius! Get a room.
Once it's done cooking, the benefit is that it's 131 degrees, medium rare. Actually, that's kind of on the higher end of medium rare, but whatever. throughout. There's a normal steak, cooked on a grill or whatever. It's gonna be different,
graduated, yeah.
right? It's hotter on the outside.
Yep.
It's more well done on the outside than it is on the inside. That's why you get pink center, and stuff like that. It's the same temperature the entire way across. So yeah, you throw it on the grill or you could do a grill, I guess, but it's winter here, so we
A grill
can't do
pan
that.
plate.
I have a cast iron skillet, so 45 seconds on both sides.
You're such a Renaissance man,
Right. For Christmas, to go along with this, I do have a kitchen blowtorch on my list that I'd
interesting.
like to add to that. I don't like creme brulee, but I'd like to try to make it for people, so that would be kind of fun. So you'll do that instead.
It's another whole new side of Adam we've never seen before.
So there's
Who's
a
the
lot
chef?
of these sous vide machines.
Yeah.
The one that I got, I actually kickstarted one about a year ago. It's by the company's called Anova. They have a few already on the market, but this one, you can buy it now non-kickstarted for $180.
Too expensive. Next.
It is expensive. I kickstarted it for $99.
Wow, that's not bad.
Nice.
Almost a
Nova Culinary.
half price, right?
AnovaCulinary.com. They
Keep those juices flowing.
They do have
That's what it
sales.
says under.
So it typically goes down to about 150. So I wouldn't buy it until you see it at a lower price. I just bought a commercial grade plastic tub, and it looks like a giant dildo.
It does. It really does.
It's basically a big wand that you clip onto the side of. You can do it on the side.
If
of
you're a
anything.
fan of the show Masters of Sex, it looks like Ulysses.
Okay. Yes. It really looks like a giant. When I showed it to Mandy, she was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
What are we cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're cooking, honey.
You can just clip it onto a side of like a big stock pot and cook in there just fine. And we've made steak and chicken breast so far. Totally works.
How long does it take to cook a chicken breast?
I think it was 25 minutes at 165.
Do you put in like a marinade in there as well to flavor it?
It depends on how you're going to do it. If you're going to do a wet marinade, you can't use a vacuum sealer because that'll pull the liquid out. So usually a dry rub's easier. But I got pretty good at using the water displacement method of bag sealing, which is you put something in a bag, you Ziploc it most of the way, and then you dip it in the water. And because water is higher pressure than air, it'll actually push the air out. And then once you get like right near the end, almost fully submerged, you zip it up the rest of the way. It's not like vacuum seal. It's
So
not
you're using
like,
a regular Ziploc bag to do that?
as long as it's freezer, a freezer Ziploc bag, you can cook.
So you don't have
for
to get
hours.
a perfect vacuum seal.
No, a lot of people like to, and
They're assholes.
if I
But
can
that's
ever
more
find
equipment,
those-
right?
Yes.
Got to get a sealer.
Yeah, and those are $100. So I don't know. Like if I ever see those on sale, I'll maybe
Take a
get
look.
one or something.
Okay.
But yeah, it's cool. The thing I'm most excited to try. Poached eggs are classically viewed as like the hardest thing to make perfectly the traditional way.
Except on this.
You can, because an egg, firms up, poaches at like it's like 134.2 degrees.
Yeah,
something like that.
trying to hit that exact temperature.
So you
and
can
then stop it.
Yeah.
Because you need to like stop it earlier because it's going to keep cooking.
Yeah,
and
exactly, for like 5 minutes afterwards. So this, you put an egg in a bag, do the same thing, cook it. It's like 11 minutes.
put an egg in
at
a bag.
that.
That's my weekend right there.
And Mandy really likes poached eggs, so I'm excited to give that a try.
Well, very good.
Nice.
There you go. So little cooking tips here on the scope. I think
There
that
you
might be a first. Jared?
Yeah.
You've seen backup. You've seen bagged up. What are you going to bring to the
I got a couple
table?
things. They're not related at all.
Okay.
But I'm gonna pick another online service, but this one's more entertainment based, and it's something that I've been enjoying for the last several months.
RedTube.
Quite a bit. Yes.
Yeah, that's years for
You
me.
don't want to see ads when you're watching RedTube. No. I'm going to pick Marvel Unlimited,
Oh,
the
there we go.
online Marvel subscription service where you get basically access to their entire, or at least a good proportion of their Marvel catalog up to as recently as 6 months ago. I think they're adding new stuff all the time. It's $9.99 a month, or it's $69.99 a year. They have a higher tier plan that's $99.99. You get a bunch of extra physical things that are just a bunch of crap that I don't care about, like little figurines and limited edition stuff. Whatever. It's if you want the extra crap, go for it by all means. But I think $70 for the year is a good plan, and I haven't yet switched over to that. I should do it. I was kind of hoping that they would have had a holiday deal on the yearly plan. They didn't. They're currently maybe through the end of the month running a special where you can get a really cheap first month for like $1 or
Yeah.
something. It's super cheap. But for $10 a month, I mean, I'm definitely getting my money's worth as far as reading the comics. I'm reading 2 or 3 a night at this rate.
Sure.
And so it's a great way to catch up on all those storylines you missed. There's a lot of, because I collected comics up until probably the mid to late 90s, and then I sort of stopped. Actually, maybe even 2000s, whenever.
Yeah.
But there's a large chunk of storylines that I never read, never have no idea what about it. And some of those are being turned into movies. I mean, yeah, they're not going to be exact adaptations, but kind of knowing what's coming is kind of fun. So for whatever reason, I'm really enjoying the cosmic storylines right now.
Sure.
A lot of Thanos, a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy, Nova, stuff like that.
Do they kind of combine them into like, here is an arc that you can read through, or do you have to
They have events so you can kind of follow, and they've started adding sort of recommended reading lists and stuff like that, which is if there's any criticism of the service, it's that it's harder to sort of figure out, like, if you want to read one major crossover storyline and get all of the issues, it's a little hard to sort of know where to start and which order to go in. I've found some online websites that have done that. They've said, here's your Marvel Unlimited subscriber. These are the major storylines. This is the order that we recommend you reading them in. And that's been helpful. But you can add stuff to your library. And I think you can keep up to 12 issues stored on your device for offline reading, which is kind of nice. So if you're going to go on a plane ride or something, you can store, 2 hours worth of comic reading on your device. So yeah, Marvel Unlimited, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And I enjoy the fact that I'm getting caught up on all of the Marvel stuff that I've missed over the years.
Nice.
So they don't have brand new issues.
They're about 6 months behind publication. So they've got stuff in there from March.
Okay.
Maybe even April of this year in there now. So
like the new Star Wars comic that comes out in January,
Yep.
you will not see that
You'll
till
see
June
it,
probably.
Exactly. But it should show up in there.
And is it Marvel and all their imprints?
Can you get like powers, like the icon?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
You should read those if they're there because
Image,
I would imagine
right?
What?
Is Image
is not.
No, they're their own.
No,
business.
it has me wishing that I don't think I'd care about a DC Unlimited, but
Right.
an Image Unlimited,
There's a lot of good stuff in Image.
I might actually care about. So I don't know if they're
Walking
considering
Dead,
that,
for
but I would go after that.
Nice.
Anyway, the other item I have on my list is an item that I want, and it's a physical thing. It's an object you can purchase on Amazon.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I've decided I'm going to start getting into vinyl.
Okay.
Music on
How many
on
pieces of
disc.
vinyl do you want to end up owning?
A couple thousand. No, I haven't. I now have one new record. I bought the new Foo Fighters album on vinyl, and I have another one that I kickstarted, which is the new album by I Fight Dragons. You familiar with this band?
No.
They're sort of a chiptune / rock band, pop punk rock band out of Chicago, and they did a big Kickstarter a year and a half ago for the new album, and I bought it. And I haven't gotten the physical record yet, although they've promised it's in the mail, so maybe it'll show up today. But I have the download. But anyway, I don't have anything to play these on, and I haven't bought any records since the 80s. Like, I bought a bunch of hip hop stuff back in the day, and I do have some holdovers from my parents' collection. But I haven't had anything to play them on, and now that I'm actually buying records, I want to have a turntable to play them on. So the one I'm looking at is one from Audio Technica. It's called the ATLP 120 USB. It's $250, but sometimes you can find it a little cheaper on eBay or Amazon, not eBay. What I like about it is this looks like the old Technics 1200, the classic DJ turntable, which for me, being, an 80s hip hop guy, was iconic, and it still is. But those things are ridiculously expensive. They're out of production now. You're going to spend $700 to $1,000 for an authentic Technics 1200. So
you have to maintain it too. So
yeah, this one looks similar enough to make me happy. It's a direct drive turntable, which is a little bit more robust than your belt drive cheapies. What's nice is it's sort of a turntable for the modern age, because it has the line out can be both the old style phono output. But if you have a modern receiver, they don't tend to have a phono input, which is at a different signal level than your other audio components. So you can switch it to standard line out. It has a preamp built into it, so that's good. And it has a USB on it. So you can just plug a USB cable into your computer. You can play your LPs, and you can record them on your computer. I think it comes with Audacity, but Audacity's free. You can get Audacity. That's not a perk.
it comes with a link.
Yeah.
If you have better recording software, by all means use it. I'm sure it just shows up as a standard USB audio interface on your computer. So $250 for a sweet looking. I think it's silver's the one I'm looking at. Maybe I think it also comes in black potentially, but if you're looking for a turntable, or if you have a loved one who's interested in getting into vinyl, I would recommend that. The Audio-Technica AT LP 120 USB turntable.
Get that through Amazon through our scope link.
Yeah.
One last thing, Adam. You probably see this picture here on my iPad. This is something that if you don't have one of these, you should get one of these.
You should get an iPad. I agree.
It's what's on the iPad.
Oh.
I finally decided that I wanted to get some sort of gaming headset because I just always have to keep my TV down real low when I'm playing, so I don't bother the rest of the house. And I ended up seeing a good deal over the Black Friday weekend for this particular headset.
The blue?
This is the Sony Gold wireless headset. And it's stereo. It's Bluetooth for the Sony, but you can also play it on Xbox One with an adapter. And normally this headset costs $100. Well, for whatever reason, over the Black Friday weekend, Target had an unadvertised price of $39.99 for it.
Yeah, it's never really 100. I've never seen it actually higher than 80.
Yeah,
that's like the MSRP.
So I went down to Target. They didn't have one, but it showed that they had one in stock. They went in the back, or didn't have one on the shelf. Showed they had one in stock. Brought it out to me. $40 for this headset.
Nice.
It's comfortable. It works well on the PlayStation. It works well on the Xbox One.
You can use it on PC too.
You can use it on anything. It's just as long as you have the adapter.
Dongle,
it's got a cable and a dongle that you can use. And
you can do all your voice communication
through it as well.
That's what I was using when we were playing Call of Duty a couple weeks ago.
Well, we will be using the same headset. And it, like I said, you can find it a really good deal. And guess what? There's a million other headsets out there that you can get. There's before this, I was looking at like the Astro 50, which is a wireless surround sound that you can use on Xbox and PlayStation, but it's much more expensive. It's like $300 or something like that. So, and I'm like, I'm not spending that much money for a headset.
Yeah.
This thing works great. So, yeah, if you need privacy when you're playing games and you want consistent sound, the Sony Gold wireless stereo headset is great.
It's cool. You can switch, like on the fly, you can switch like all sound. So, like you said, you're not bothering anyone, or you can have the TV or your receiver still handle the sound and just voice goes through it. And there's no like little thing. There's no thing here because the mic is on the headphone itself.
Full disclosure, I also own the standard Xbox One headset, but I got that because to use that you have to have a adapter that hooks into your controller, which is pretty standard. But that adapter, if you were to go out and buy it, is going to cost you $30 to $50. It's really popular and people can't get it.
Really?
But I happen to get these headsets for $30. So I'm like, I'm going to get the dongle and I'm going to get the headsets anyway. So I use them both.
How does this Sony one connect then?
The Sony one has a Bluetooth USB dongle that you hook into.
Okay, so you just plug it into the device and
you plug it into your PlayStation. With the Xbox One, you just have the headsets. You turn them on and you plug the dongle cord into the headset. So it's not completely wireless, but
it's a male to male.
Yeah, but it works. But it works great. And since you're holding the controller anyway, having a wire there is really not that big of a deal, as long as you're not wired to the unit.
Right.
Hate being wired to the unit.
Yes.
So it's fully wireless on the PlayStation, but not on the Xbox.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's the Xbox. It's pretty seamless anyway. So there you go. And
what about the Wii?
The Wii does not support any of that stuff, so you're not going to get that on the Wii U.
There's no internet on the Wii anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
or the Wii U.
The Wii U, it's not great.
Will it work with my Atari Jaguar?
Yes, absolutely. They go backwards compatible as far back as they can. So there you go, guys. There's our Scope Holiday gift giving. I think we got a lot of good ideas here. A lot of things that require reoccurring fees, perhaps. Maybe not. I don't know, but
it's a modern age. You don't own content. You just rent it.
Video games, cooking, comics, music. We've covered everything. Good job. Let's take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Now, back to Shane. And who are those other guys?
Under the scope.
Adam?
Yep.
Under the Scope?
Yep.
Coming soon?
Yep.
Do it.
All right. Week of December 21st. Short week. Music. We've got one album from Taiga.
Tyga's stupid for releasing it that week, apparently.
Movies. We've got Big Eyes. That's the Tim Burton bio.
About the painters that would paint the big-eyed paintings.
Yes.
Does that come out on Christmas?
Week of December 21st.
I know, but does it come out on Christmas?
I don't know what the actual date is.
See, you give him this responsibility, he doesn't know anything.
Into the Woods. This is the musical fairy tale with a lot of people, but Anna Kendrick and some other people are in it.
Is that the one with
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
So Johnny Depp dressing up in another weird character.
Sure.
Gotcha. I have no interest in that movie.
Anna Kendrick's in it.
I like her, but
Pretty
I have
lady.
no interest.
Chris Pine.
It's Pretty Lady. Unbroken. This is the World War II bio movie.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Advance word is it's good.
Cool.
I think I'd like to see it, although I'm a little burned out on World War II stuff. Like, come on, how many stories?
It's the greatest generation, Jared. Come on.
No, but
they're heroes.
We got to pay
we
them.
need more Korean War movies, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
Just MASH.
I agree.
You've already. What else do you need?
You've got the
covered it all.
definitive.
All right.
The definitive movie.
Home video. We've got just one again. Pride. This was the indie movie. The LGBT activists in Britain teaming up with the miners. Striking miners.
Yep. A crazy, crazy grouping of people. But boy, oh boy, does it tell a story.
Sure.
Does it?
And
All right.
And keeping with the trend, video games. One video game,
Yep.
a downloadable release, Resogun, which has been very popular on the PS4.
Wasn't that free on PS4
It was
for a while?
if you had PSN. It was
Okay, so I can still get that.
if you bought it when it was free, or if you downloaded it.
I didn't.
You got to do that every month.
Son of a
Every
gun.
month. Come on.
I forgot.
It's pretty fun. So it's coming out the PS3 and Vita finally. That's it.
That's it.
Except
Jared.
What's that?
Hit it or miss it.
Hit it or miss it. Hit of the week. Hit it or miss it. Miss of the week. Look out!
It's my turn, and I'm picking a hit. I'm picking a movie that is released, I think, on Christmas Day, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
It's the James Franco, Seth Rogen, crazy plotted, killing Kim Jong-un. I'm talking about The Interview. It's the movie that's brought down Sony Pictures. I just think the concept of this is absolutely insane, and it looks like fun. I like what these guys do, Jared. James Franco's a weirdo. Seth Rogen is funny.
Are you going to see it, though?
I'm going to see it.
I mean, it comes during a very difficult time for movie going.
Maybe we will get sneak preview passes. and we'll go
Potentially.
see it.
We'll see.
That's what I'm hoping for on this
All right.
one. So, yeah, this comes out Christmas Day. Check it out. The Interview.
Under the scope.
Jared, we've got 2.5 minutes to wrap this up.
Oh, God. Okay. Playing dice over here.
So is Adam.
No.
Well, we don't have any comments this time because it's the
Okay.
holidays, as I said before, and everyone's away. They're meeting with family and friends and having a frolicking good time out in the snow, out in the rain, out in the sunshine, whatever weather you happen to have in your neighborhood. But folks, if you'd like to tell us about your holiday gift giving, did you get something good? Did you give something good? Call us up at the voicemail line at 612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673. Or email us at comments@thescopeshow.com. That's our email line, and our website, thescopeshow.com, where you can find links to all of our social media profiles. That's Twitter, that's Tumblr, that's Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, and the YouTube channel. That's right, youtube.com/thescopeshow. Right there, you can get all your video entertainment you ever wanted. It's our three shining faces right there on the screen, delivering entertainment to you 24 hours a day. Check it out. And if you'd like to support the show, I can't keep this up.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Adam is
That's
like
my
staring
radio.
you down.
That's my radio voice, folks. You can donate to the show directly. You can support us by shopping through Amazon. We have a link at thescopeshow.com/Amazon, or you can become a patron. That's the service where you support content creators directly. You can donate as little as $1 an episode, set a monthly cap, and cancel anytime. Although we hope you don't cancel anytime because hey,
Never.
we're doing good work for you. That is all. Shane, back to you.
Wow, terrific. Well, I'm going to wish all of our listeners happy holidays. That's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, winter solstice. And if we don't see you before the New Year's, it's hard to say. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve and a great start of 2015.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have the return of the New Year's Eve show. Did we
just-
do one last year? I forget.
I don't remember. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
It just depends what strikes our fancy, Jared. So, Adam, thanks for being here. Jared,
Sure.
thanks for being here. Listeners, viewers, thank you for supporting us. Let's play that music. So until next time, whenever that may be, this is The Scope. We love you. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope Faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment, and Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying ahoy hoy. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.